if I see this viral clip of this Tennessee lineman throwing up and then looking at Alabama's lineman like as an intimidation tactic, I'm gonna lose it. No, he just like hurled right out of his helmet and then just looked at him like.
This must be throw up weekend because Blake threw up on the first drive of the Penn State game too. Just
Did
like,
he?
Yeah, like
Arms are heavy. There's vomit on his jersey already. Mom spaghetti. He's nervous.
Okay, Felix.
Oh man. All right. Well, seems like the house is now divided. We've got our resident Michigan Wolverines.
Address me as such.
We've got our resident
Michigan. Reigning Big Ten champ.
My
bad.
Camera just.
That is an actual reenactment of what happened on Big Noon Kickoff this Saturday when Michigan and Penn State met. Right, Penn State was walking out of the tunnel. All of a sudden, they heard boom, and then the whole vision changed. They was looking at something completely different. It's like, what the fuck?
Yikes. I mean, look.
I said, address me as such. Reigning Big Ten champion. That's what we had to remind everybody. Ain't Ohio State?
Don't do that.
Ohio State?
Not.
We the class of this league right now. We got the trophy. We undefeated. We beat a top 10 team within our conference.
Look, I'm not denying any of that, but don't
Go that Ohio State talk out of here. Talk to me nice. You address the champs. You address the champs before you address the runner-ups.
Yeah,
address the champs.
Well, technically,
talk to me nice.
Technically, Iowa is the runner-up.
So address the champs for you talk to third place, second loser. Know what I'm saying? Talk to me nice. Coach Prime voice. Ha! Who ain't sweat if I ain't sweat? Who ain't a champ if I ain't a champ? Who ain't the most complete team in the country if we ain't the most complete team in the country, baby? Come on now, testify. Went out there. Oh, yeah, it was close. It was close for a little bit. Yeah, 16-14. Only 10 offensive plays in the whole goddamn first half. Shit. Came out second half, put the women and children to bed, canceled Christmas, close the doors, call the horse, baby, because it's over with. Coach Prime, baby.
Hey, man, look, great win against Penn State. But anyway, the Ohio State University.
Woo! Yeah, no, we don't need to hear none of that right now.
No.
We don't want to hear none of that right now. I don't want to hear nothing about
Ohio State University.
The loser of the game from 2021.
That's
all we need to hear.
That was last year.
So okay, well come get it back then.
Y'all
Come get
got
it back.
y'all win against Penn State. That was last year.
Get it back.
No,
we ran off with your money.
coming
It's
to
in our
Columbus.
pocket. We spent it on ice cream and candy.
Well,
Come get your shit back.
Stop it. Stop.
Get your shit back.
Stop.
Hey,
you
man.
won the game against Penn State.
Y'all know.
Great.
I know.
Great.
I know you seen it too. I know
I
your
did.
team seen it too. They ain't seen shit like that, boy. Number 5 rushing offense in the country.
One-dimensional.
I said the number 5 rushing defense. I apologize. Not offense. Because that rushing offense didn't look like they've done anything ever. Nick Singleton. Who? Now, I've been singing his praises all season, but boy, met a buzzsaw. Is Katron Allen still on the team? I heard they put out an APB on him in Ann Arbor. Where did he go? Parker Washington, fucking clamps. Mikey Sarah, he was playing receiver last year. Put them fucking clamps. Hey, man. What's the first game?
You're already into it, bro. You already 41-17 against Penn State.
Skull dragon. Just held them down in the middle of the field. And put your elbow in their neck. You know what I'm saying? While they squirming. Nittany Lions, they real aggressive.
What is a Nittany Lion?
A whipped pussy. Woo! This game was so satisfying for so many reasons. Oh my God. All of the goddamn James Franklin talk all week. All of the Penn State talk. This is the game. J.J. McCarthy's really going to have to win it on his arm. We already know. Foregone conclusion. They're not going to be able to run the football.
Yikes.
418 rushing yards. Basically, we were running in 7-on-7. That's kind of what it looked. That's what it was.
You knew what to expect and did absolutely nothing.
If you were allowed to run counter Trey in a 7-on-7, it would have looked like yesterday's game.
Yikes. That was bad.
Oh my God. There was so much talk throughout the week from the players. Oh yeah, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. You gonna get smacked is what you gonna do. They didn't have nothing. Even for it to have been 14-16 at half was a blessing for them. It was an absolute blessing from them. Mm-hmm. Sean Clifford finds his way around the edge on a read option for 60 yards. Good on you. You got a field goal. No, you didn't. No, they scored. They scored on that one.
Yeah, they did.
They scored on that one.
I'm surprised he still didn't score.
Scored on that one. Slow. And then, he definitely got hawked. That's embarrassing. But then they obviously got the flukest interception you will see all season, where it bounces off gets tipped, then bounces off a player's face mask, and still gets intercepted. Yep. And then from that point out, it was, I think, a field goal for the rest of the game. And that was it. That was all she wrote. Mm-hmm. Put the women and children to bed, baby. Because, boy, was it nasty after that. Was it not knocked another quarterback out the game? Get him up out of here. He's already 70 years old. Your 17-year quarterback seems to not be able to hold up versus the Michigan defense. They had the nerve to put up his stat line versus Michigan. Ew. Now, for some, he's never thrown a pick. Should have thrown one today. DJ Turner, fam.
Yeah,
fam. Not only are you not getting a bump in press man coverage, or are you allowing free releases? Shout out to Vance Bedford and Sam Webb on the defensive breakdowns. But drop another one, bro. You about the only person on the defense that can't catch him. Catch the ball, bro. Give me the pick. That game would have been over with a lot earlier. Well, can't argue with the result. But, get the pick. Get the pick.
Yeah.
Pass rush showed up when it needed to. I think we got pressures pretty regularly when they weren't, RPOs and bubble screens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Offensively,
the line looked great.
Man, you can go ahead and package up the Jim Moore Award now. Put it together, tape it up, send it to me. I'll take it up to Ann Arbor and deliver it to the boys. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Donovan Edwards, 177. Finally got some man yards. He's been getting a lot of screen passes and a lot of play passes, too. They got a lot of plays set up for him. You can see that, he's a bigger part of the offense. Even on the first drive, the touchdown that we missed, that was a play to Donovan, a little bubble screen outside. So they are getting more creative in the play calling. Mm-hmm. Joel. They are kind of trying to mix it up because they're still having some problems, at least in the first half, of scoring touchdowns in the red zone. But not nearly as bad as what it was last year. So, just, man, controlled ass whooping. JJ had a good game, not a great one. I think he still has some stuff to clean up. But, nigga, when you can put up more offensive yardage than some entire teams are able to do just handing the ball off, you do that. You do that. It's always a better game plan to dominate somebody physically as opposed to try and go up and over them or run past them. It's just more effective.
That team is going to let you do it.
It's just more effective. Plus, they give up sooner. Mm-hmm. They start to wilt. Yeah. Side note, when is the last time you have seen somebody with a duck face mask, fam, in college football?
Been a long while.
P.J. Mustaford. Shout out to that man. Cause I mean it's one thing to have to go out there and play Michigan anyways in that offensive line, but to do it in a duck mask, straight out the 70s, fam, 4 quarters.
Yep.
With a visor on. I was like, you got your damn nerve. To put a fucking visor.
He had to bring it to the 21st century.
Put a visor underneath the duck. How did you even get that in a Revo Speed? How did you do that? Mm-hmm. You know what I hate out of the helmets now? The helmet where they don't have the top crossbar.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a punter's helmet.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yo, that shit looks fucking awful. Donovan, take it off. Take that shit off. That shit looks horrible.
It does.
I don't know. Who convinced y'all Junior Colson had that shit on for the first couple weeks and he was playing like dog shit? That shit ugly. Anyways,
yes, very much so.
So was this game yesterday. James Franklin, boy, you have made a religion out of coming to Ann Arbor and getting a stern talking to and some discipline in front of the crowd. I'm not going to say you're going to get fired. Obviously, this is the first loss of the season, but damn. Mm-hmm. Damn. This was ugly. Very ugly. This was not good, sir. And you see, we wore the all blues for you. You know, I know you had a problem with us wearing all maize last year at the game. It was a big hubbub. So we went out there and we beat you in whatever it is you want us to wear. So this year, we thought we'd pay you some homage. The all blue unis with the white gloves. We look like Penn State. See, only thing you got to do is go into the film room on Monday or Sunday, whenever you guys feel more up to it, and just be like, hey, look, the team in the blue and white, that's who we should have been. You know what I'm saying? Now, it should be easier for us to grasp because they look like us, only better.
That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Hey, man, talk your shit. Talk your shit.
Now, here's my question. Because clearly we put the rest of the nation on notice. If the number 5 rushing defense in the country gets 400 yards put on them, what are y'all on rushing defense? Are y'all top 10 rushing defense? I don't think so. Let's not do that. Y'all are good. Y'all are improved.
Yeah.
Not top 10 in the country, though.
Sure.
Concern?
Who was Penn State played?
I mean, they were 5-0. If I ask you who you've played, your first thing is going to be Notre Dame.
But what great running back have they faced?
Auburn's running back is a good running back.
Good running back?
I mean, he's not Blake Corum. If you're asking me what running backs have they faced that are Blake Corum, 0.
Sure. I mean, that wasn't what I was asking.
I was going to say he's not Blake Corum, but he's a good. I can't think of his name right now. No, never mind.
It's just not worth it.
I don't care that much. But no, he is a good running back. Mm-hmm. Who else did they play? Ohio, Central Michigan, Purdue, and Northwestern. I wasn't the one out here ringing the bell saying Penn State was going to be able to stop us. That was all the national pundits. I'm just asking you based off of the stats because just as we were sitting up here talking about who has Penn State faced in terms of running back or running games.
Who was Ohio State?
I don't see that. Yeah, I'm about to say I don't see that on y'all schedule.
Sure.
And I'm just asking how good you are right now.
But I would say that that was literally always the threat. So seeing you do it against Penn State is not making me any more afraid.
Okay, let me change the question a little bit. Do you think that your defense is better than Penn State's? Overall,
no.
not even just. We're not just talking about running, just total defense.
No.
So, concern?
Our offense is way better than Penn State's, though.
Sure, fine, but you never want to have to go into a game saying, hey, we're just going to score 60 points and outscore them. So, concern?
I've hated that since we started doing that last year.
So, concern?
But again, this isn't a new concern, right? It's not like I haven't been like, oh, Michigan's looking pretty good, especially with the run. It's kind of scary. Okay. I've literally always thought that.
Cool, fair enough.
Yeah, this doesn't change anything for me.
And then Penn State, now that they got their manhood taken on TV on Big Noon Kickoff, they gonna be motivated, right? They got to do something to try and salvage the season. This is the last flail of a dying animal here. Well, not dying, but
so for Sean Clifford to win the game again, definitely not afraid of that either.
Okay, but they got Minnesota next week. Mm-hmm. And then
Minnesota will probably be looking to get some get back.
If Tanner Morgan is on the field.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's fair enough.
Tanner Morgan is on the field.
You want to go into it? And then want to go into the next game?
Yeah, come on. Yeah. No, we good. Everybody seen it. Everybody know.
Minnesota lost to Illinois 26-14. Illinois is clearing themselves to be
They've
the
had
top
a
team
very
in the West.
fortunate season. They've gotten some good breaks. And they played well, too. Right?
Chase Brown is looking like a guy.
Yeah. He get a lot of damn carries. I don't know how much stock I put into Chase Brown being all that good when he faces a defense that can play the run with their base defense without bringing 8 or 9 guys into the box, because they just belligerently hand him the ball every play.
Yeah, 41 carries.
Yeah, that's unholy.
That is very unholy. But then Tommy DeVito still gets 32 pass attempts.
Yeah, okay. My thing is that I don't think Illinois' run offense is so good that they're going to make you adjust on defense. If you're an elite defense, Iowa, I don't. They're good, not great.
Mm-hmm.
They're good, not great.
Yeah.
And they barely beat Iowa, like barely. You're not going to force, at least not Michigan. You're not going to force Michigan into a game that's under double digits. It's virtually impossible at this point. Mm-hmm. So, in terms of where they are in the hierarchy of the Big Ten, I don't think they're necessarily there yet. But could they end up winning the West and be there at the end of the year in the Big Ten title game? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I don't think they'll be able to handle whoever comes from the East, though.
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they are not an actual upper echelon Big Ten team in reality. It's just the nature that is of their division, that it's so wide open that the most competent team right now will probably end up winning it out, and that looks like Illinois right now. Mm-hmm. Followed by probably Purdue.
They play each other on November 12th.
Okay.
So, I mean, up until then, I don't think Illinois really has any other major competition at this point. It's Nebraska, which we'll talk about Nebraska here in a moment. Then Michigan State, Purdue. Oh, then they play you guys. And then Northwestern. So, actually, they do have a little bit of competition.
I wonder if they can beat Michigan State. I wonder if Illinois can go to – are they in East Lansing or Champaign?
It looks like it's in Champaign. Yep.
That bodes well for them.
Yep.
Michigan State has been horrendous on the road this year.
I'm just upset that Minnesota have lost to the other two Big Ten West teams that pose a threat.
Yeah, very kind of unlucky for them. I think injuries played a role in both of those losses.
Literally, they didn't have Mo for Purdue, and they didn't have Tanner Morgan for this one. So
Yep. Kind of tough. You got to roll that boat, though. Mm-hmm. So.
But that prediction just kind of...
I mean, hey, the nature of the Big Ten West.
Yeah.
You got a chance. Stay in the fight. It's just now they need a little, wreckage to happen in front of them.
Yeah. No, for sure. Nebraska lost to Purdue. Purdue beat them 43-37. Which, yeah, of course they did, but...
One score game. Yeah, duh.
43-37? Nebraska's out here scoring 37 against Purdue?
Bruh. Last week when Nebraska won, they were calling timeouts in situations where you absolutely should not stop the clock to make sure that they got that win in there. And you know what? As evident as this last game versus Purdue, it was absolutely necessary. Because when it comes down to it, Nebraska is just not a very good football team. Mm-hmm. And the reason why doesn't have anything to do with talent. It doesn't have to do with, the stars next to the guys' names that they have in the locker room. It's got everything to do with mentality. It's got everything to do with culture, quite honestly. Like, they have a culture of losing right now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who's slinging the ball out there, who's running the rock, who's blocking, who's tackling. Mm-hmm. When you have a culture of losing, that kind of stuff happens. You'll have a game 1 week where you execute and you finish down the stretch. You have a next game where you fall short.
Yeah.
That's a culture. 50% is a losing culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, again, for Mickey Joseph, not Toni Morrison, to keep his job, they've got to start winning some of these games. It's not enough to win one and lose one. That's Scott Frost. That's got homeboys sitting in Tahiti right now.
Sure.
Sipping Mai Tais. Spending a $16 million buyout check.
With the help wanted ads.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't coming back to college football no time in 2023.
Fair enough.
Scott Frost gonna take him a nice long vacation and end up somebody's defensive coordinator, maybe? Is he an offensive guy or defense? He was a quarterback.
Yeah.
He was a quarterback, and the offense like dog doo-doo since he been there. Yikes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess, so with a game where Aiden O'Connell throws for almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, Maccabee, my boy, 178 yards rushing and a touchdown. I guess I didn't see that Nebraska would keep that close.
Who would you rather play in the Big Ten championship game, Illinois or Purdue?
Ooh, if Purdue makes it to the Big Ten championship game, I think I would rather see Illinois, I guess, because if Purdue makes it, they're going to be. I feel
like Purdue is a little. Well, no, Illinois is easier to scheme.
And, I mean, look, if this kid is the future of Purdue's running game, then that kind of gives them a little bit more to be worried about, at least.
Okay, so if I'm thinking about just winning the game, then it's probably Illinois. If I'm thinking about getting ready to play in a playoff game, I'm thinking Purdue, because more often than not, you'll probably see passing schemes that fit Purdue's way of thinking or their offensive philosophy a lot more than Illinois' in terms of passing.
Yeah, so and you know what? Now that I think about it,
I think it would get you ready a little bit more playing Purdue, but damn, getting ready, go win another trophy. So I guess if all things are equal, I pick Illinois.
On top of, being afraid of what potentially is their new running game, Aiden O'Connell is a pretty damn good quarterback, and he's got threats like Charlie Jones. And so, the way our DBs are playing, I'm not sure if I want to go against that. So.
Yikes.
Rather face Chase Brown than and I guess Tommy DeVito.
It's cool, bro. They got better in the bye week. They became brand new players.
Let's hope. Let's fucking hope. Wisconsin took it to overtime with Michigan State, and they won 34-28.
Neither one of them wanted to win that game. Michigan State has a chance to ice the damn game in the fourth as time is expiring, and they fucking fumbled the field goal snap.
Yikes.
I was like, yeah, man, y'all don't want to win this damn game. Y'all don't want to win this game. Then Jaden, their first, I think, offensive play in overtime was a wide receiver pass from Jalen Reed that was almost intercepted.
Bro, why?
Shout out to Coleman for going up there and getting that ball and saving Jalen Reed from throwing the game-losing
saving Mel Tucker. What an idiot.
Well, bro, it's over there. It's over. They're doing desperation type stuff
against Wisconsin.
Fam, Jalen Reed might be the second best quarterback on that roster. Even though Peyton Thorne had a better game today. I got to give credit where credit was due. I think he was about 20 of 29, 265 or so. A couple touches, so yeah. He did do better this game, but he's been awful this season. I think I seen his they gave a graphic on his production this season. 9 total touchdowns, 8 total turnovers.
Ew.
Midway through the season.
Ew.
6 games in.
No wonder they're dog shit. If you're getting quarterback playing like that, it's a long fucking season for you.
So, instead of hunkering down and blowing people off the ball and running it into the end zone or something of that nature, we got to get to the trick bag because it's bad over there. I just can't wait. I've been waiting for this day since the season started. We got a bye week. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let them win another game. I want them to be over 500 or at least 500. They'll be, 4-4 by the time they play us?
Probably. Man,
come on, man. Win next week. Come on, Green.
Ew.
Just like we were saying with Maryland and Penn State, I want you nice and plump You know what I'm saying? Like Pumbaa, Hakuna Matata. Eat all the worms. Get your belly filled with them. Ooh, yeah, it's going to be a good matchup, good rivalry matchup. Michigan State's got a chance. Yada, yada, yada. Night game, 70 points. 70 points. I want to Sparta kick them dudes this year.
Down a toilet hole? Sheesh. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to happen.
Do that.
Gross. Last game, Maryland versus Indiana. Maryland wins 38-33. Talia got injured in the fourth quarter, taken out on a stretcher.
Yes, he did.
And then for the last drive, Billy Edwards Jr. had to come out. So
let's hope that, that isn't a long-term injury for Talia. Yeah. He's able to get back because he's having a good season. Yeah. Maryland's having a good season.
Yeah, 2 losses.
Maryland's having a good season, man. Mm-hmm. They just got to and then the other one to Minnesota. So 2 teams that you probably would have been predicted that they lose to those teams in the offseason.
More than that.
But if those are the only 2 losses, 6 games in, you're doing pretty good. Yeah. You're doing pretty good. So hopefully they can get the quarterback back, stay healthy, and who they got next week?
They have Northwestern next week.
Oh, that should be another dub. A comfortable one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That should be another comfortable win. Get a good win, get some rest.
Yeah.
Go beat Ohio State.
No, absolutely not. Anyway, out of conference, a lot of stuff happened.
Damn, that was all the conference games?
5 games.
Shit.
4 teams had bye weeks.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, out of conference. Down goes Bama.
Thank goodness.
Down goes Bama.
Can't say I didn't predict it, though.
I mean, I don't know, man. Tennessee ain't beat Alabama in a long
It has been quite a while.
Time.
But Bama just doesn't look like Bama from years past.
I will say their receivers actually put up a little bit more of an effort than I thought that they would versus Tennessee. But then again, I don't know what we take from that with Tennessee's defense, because that game should have been over in the first half.
1,000.
Decidedly, like it should have been over in the first half.
After the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was 2018.
It should have been done. So when we're talking about that game as opposed to Michigan's game, there was clearly a superior team in that game. Clearly. Yeah. There was no question. And it was a top 10 matchup. Mm-hmm. This top 10 matchup had one team hop out in front and look like they dominated, but then that team showed some vulnerability and some inability to hold on to a lead.
Yes.
Right? And really put your if that was in reverse, if Alabama was up on Tennessee that way, that it'd have been 50-0.
Yeah.
It'd have been 50-0. Put the women and children to bed, baby.
And in fact, Michigan's game, I think the score didn't even tell how bad you guys dominated Penn State.
Yeah, so when I'm looking at what happened with Alabama and Tennessee, it looked like, okay, Tennessee might be top 3, not just top 5. They may be a top 3 team in the country. And then as the game goes on, you start seeing some of those things that would make Tennessee end up being the dog in this game. Mm-hmm. So now they hold on, right? Win by a field goal. All well and good. All was right with the world. But then, are you ranking Tennessee ahead of Michigan? You for damn sure ain't ranking Alabama ahead of Michigan. That's out of the question.
Sure. Ohio
State didn't play, so, either stay or slide back one, whatever.
Yeah.
Did Clemson lose last night? No, they won. They beat Florida State. Yeah. They beat Florida State.
Yep.
There was somebody else that lost. Bama lost.
Not in the top 5, I don't think.
I guess this Penn State then. Bama and then Penn State.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Hey, all I'm saying is the only 2 teams that can say that they are undefeated with a top 10 body on a resume, Michigan, Georgia. Oh, no. Was Georgia top 10? I mean, sorry, was Oregon top 10?
Oregon wasn't top 10.
They were not top 10.
I think they were 12.
Michigan, Tennessee. Is Michigan better than Tennessee? You didn't beat a top 10 opponent.
We beat a number 5 opponent. Now, granted, they look like shit now, but they were number 5.
Who the fuck was number 5?
Notre Dame.
Dog, stop. Stop.
Bro, literally.
Stop.
Literally. I just said they look like shit now.
Stop.
I just said they look like shit now.
Let me add the caveat. Since somebody don't understand what we're saying here.
Bro, literally.
No one can say that they beat a legitimate top 5 team.
Bro, literally.
Not one with a losing record.
Literally.
No, but then there was no point of pointing yourself out. If you know that your win over Notre Dame cannot compare to either Tennessee's or Michigan.
But you can't throw that out.
Why? What do you mean you can't? You just told me why we can't. Because it's not legitimate.
The stat literally is who had a top 10 win.
Okay. Then again, let me add the caveat.
They look like dog shit.
Since we're playing the fuck out of crazy, let me add.
I'm not playing.
Let me add the caveat. What you
said was.
Let me add the caveat so it's completely accurate for you. No one can say that they beat a legitimate top 5 team, one that'll still be ranked the week after.
Bro,
right?
I'm just saying literally what you said.
No legitimate top 5 team and undefeated.